2011 was a big year for me. It is the year that the woman that would become my wife and the mother of my child moved in with me. It's the year that I finished my undergrad. It's the year I got my first real job. That real job was with a little company that goes by the name Canon. I wasn't in their camera department. I wasn't dealing with any of the fun stuff. I was technical support. I worked with their printer division, from the small little at-home printers to the larger ones that are printing essentially billboards. Evidently, I was quite good at that job. Because within 2 months, I had accrued enough rewards to purchase something for free from the store. That purchase is this. This is the first camera I ever bought for myself. It is a Canon T3. It is this exact camera. And today, I thought I would take it out, dust it off, see what it does. It is 14 years old, 12 megapixels. It is not high-end by any means, but when I got it for free those years ago, I got it with 2 lenses. I like the way the sun's coming through here. Let's see if it makes a good photo. This camera was lost. Shortly after I started at Canon, I had a wedding that ended up getting planned. Turns out I was the groom at it. I left Canon, went to a different company that I'm currently with still. I ended up pursuing my master's degree. I moved a couple of different times. This camera just disappeared. My wife found it cleaning the other day, and to my shock, the battery holds a charge and works perfectly fine. It has maybe 100, 200 photos through it. And this is really what started my interest in cameras, even though my possession of it was short-lived. From there, I got a Nikon a few years later, and then got into film, and here we are. But I thought I would dust it out, give it a shot, see what she's got. Might be hard to see, but there's water in here. And I'm a sucker for a good reflection. Yeah, I think that's the shot. Let's see how it turns out. We're into golden hour, but we're pretty deep in the woods here. So my ISO is pushing it. Those last shots you just saw were at f8 and ISO 3200. And just a reminder, this is a 12 megapixel sensor. I do have a goal in mind. There's a bridge up here, and it's low tide. There's some interesting tree branches and stumps that the setting sun should illuminate. It's a matter if we get there in time or not. Let's talk surprises. This camera is extremely light. Lighter than my R8, I think. Definitely lighter than my OM1. The lenses, not so much. Even the little 18 to 55 kit lens I have on right now is, I think, heavier than my OMs. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself somewhere around here. But the body, the ergonomics of it are great. Might actually be better than my R8. Now I kind of get those people that were saying they didn't really want to switch to mirrorless. Well, we might have lost something when we did, because this is extremely comfortable. Again, I'm a sucker for a reflection. Let's see what we can do here. It's pleasant to shoot. I love the sound of the mirror and the mechanical shutter. But I'm also a film user, and you know, there's certain romance to it, I guess. There's enough dials on the top and selections. It seems very user-friendly. They have portrait, and landscape, and macro options. Much more than you would see on a modern mirrorless. Say maybe a Fujifilm. I've got an aperture priority right now, which also turns off the automatic pop-up flash. And I gotta say, I'm not seeing much of a user difference yet. I imagine the autofocus is not great. If I was shooting wildlife or portraits or city or anything like that. But as it stands, just walking in the woods, it's holding up pretty good. This camera, these lenses, brand new, I saw online for $399. I would not buy a brand new. Used, for the 3 lenses I have and this camera, it's $100. I don't know. I haven't seen the images yet, so I guess I'll wait and form an opinion then. But if memory serves, you do a lot worse for $100. I'm not going to get political on you, but the tariffs are real. Their impact on camera prices has already been seen. You have a choice. You can buy new and pay that tariff import, or you can buy used. There's also the side effect of e-waste. There's not a lot in these cameras that are recycled. You don't see them suddenly appear favorable to be used. They're not like your Leicas, where old is new and it's fashionable to have it on you. Sadly. I mean, I think it looks pretty good, but my tastes are odd. So these old cameras, it's an environmental reason too. Honestly, any camera from the last 15 years is going to take a good photo. Some are going to be better than others, but autofocus is going to be good enough. There's going to be a lot of lenses, and they're going to be inexpensive, and you can upgrade bodies. From this camera, you could easily go up to a T7 or a 90D, though a 90D is going to cost you. These are fantastic workhorse cameras. I had a T7. It was the camera I eventually got after the Nikon. I only recently sold it, and I sold it for a lot. There's that too. Some of these are investments. Some of them hold their prices a little bit better than others. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of old cameras, especially DSLRs, and wait on them to age like fine wine. They're not. But every once in a while, a camera comes along that just has some soul to it. Canon 5Ds, for example, are still up there in price. I know several professional photographers who still use them. 6Ds to a lesser extent. They're workhorses. They're beautiful cameras. They're not young. And you can get a good price on them if you get them used. And if you get a 5D and a 60, you're getting something that has features that are oftentimes better than a new mirrorless. They could be significantly more expensive. There's always going to be a new and better camera. And if you follow YouTube, it's even more dangerous. YouTube, especially the bigger names, is constantly a cycle of what's new, what's better. The reviews are very often of the latest release, as they should be. But companies are smart. You release a new camera, you have 20 YouTubers spamming YouTube with video after video reviewing it, or this feature or that feature and anything else. That's what you see when you go to YouTube and you search photography or camera. And it is often very well respected, very influential, very talented people. And they have every right to do that. And new cameras and new technology is fantastic. But if you're just getting into this, new cameras don't make sense. If you have disposable income and you want to do that, by all means. But in this day and age, who has that? Not me. I like this tree. And I like that little tree growing in it. And this view isn't bad either. Let's see what we can get. So I just did something I thought I wouldn't do this trip. I broke out the big boy. There's a red-winged blackbird out there and a woodpecker a little bit further off. The woodpecker was out of our range, but I might have gotten one of the red-winged blackbird. So if I did, you'll see it. So I had to switch to manual focus to get that bird shot. There's a little bit of foliage in front of it, and it just wouldn't do it. But I found it much easier than anything, save my 12 to 40 Olympus. Just switched it from AF to MF. A little toggle switch on the side of the lens, and it was not very difficult. Maybe Canon should bring that back. Well, it's not a portfolio piece, and I'm getting eaten alive. It's the shot I wanted. More importantly, you're going to get to hear this shutter, and I am 100% making an audio file of it when I get home. .75 to 300 says it's got a macro range of 1.5 feet. Let's see. .5 meters, not feet. I guess that's the American in me, which is 4.9 feet. Anyway, I'm losing the light here, so I'm also getting yelled at by, I think, a squirrel. Moral of the story is, don't give up on old cameras. Give them a shot, especially from a financial standpoint. They might surprise you. I had fun out here. I had fun with this camera. I'll probably use it more often. I still have a Nikon as well. I just need to find a battery for it. You'll probably see that soon. That's only 10 megapixels. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this, give me a like. If you don't, give me a dislike. Give me a comment. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.